There is someone out there who needs to know about you, someone who needs to be touched by your product, someone who needs to know about your service, someone who needs to know about your message. There is one life. No one's coming back. You are here just once. So make this life count. So I have got a 9-point plan. And what this does is there's 9 steps from where you want to be to where you want to get to. So how does this all work? Step 1. The first thing which you need to do is you need to be super, super precise on everywhere you want to go. Because if you don't know where you want to get to, how will you ever get there? When you master this step, you go from being unfocused to super, super laser focused. I use this one step to close $1.2 million from stage in a 20-minute talk. My clients have used this step to be able to quadruple 4 times, 5 times their sales within 1 month. When you use this one method, you will also get the same results. The second thing, each and every one of you are here right now because life has brought you on a journey. People do not buy your product, people buy into you. We've all got a story. And the next part is where you package your story into something with emotion so you can tell people. See, because it's not about storytelling, it's about story selling. And everything needs to be about stories. And when you connect the dots, you find out that rather than actually being a victim of your past, you're actually empowered by your past. The next step is about super learning. 95% of your mind is the subconscious mind. 5% of your mind is the conscious mind. 80% of business success is down to mindset. So the first thing we need to do is get rid of those beliefs which are holding you back and instill in you new powerful, new beliefs which are gonna take you forward. And when you do that, you go from a place which was once a dream to now taking massive, massive action. This step changed my entire life. That this is where you create high ticket offers at prices you never thought were possible before. See, the more you charge your clients, the more invested they are. The more invested they are, the better results they get. The better results they get, the more you change their life. So then it becomes your duty to be able to sell as high as possible. When you've mastered this step, you go from a place of being underpaid to a place of being super, super profitable. Then when you've got your high ticket offer in place, the next thing you need to do is create the ultimate pitch. You will be paid in life according to the level of problems you can solve. So you need to find your clients' ideal problems, the biggest weights they've got on their shoulders, and you need to be able to take that off them. And when you can do that in your ultimate pitch, then you go to a place of previously where you were selling to now you're actually serving. And when the mindset changes from selling to serving, then your whole business changes overnight. And once you've got that in place, the next thing you need to do is have your killer content in place. What your killer content is, this way you design content. So previously, where your clients were bored, now they're passionate about what you're speaking about. Once you've done that, the next thing is to be able to have your power presentation. Whether you're selling from stage, whether it's one-to-one, whether you're raising capital, you need to have a powerful presentation. When you've put that together, what happens to previously when you were struggling to close, closing now becomes easy. Closing becomes super easy. And once you've done that, the next step is where you're previewing everything. This is like practicing, but it's more than that. Because this is where internally, you're actually visualizing people saying yes, shaking hands, you being able to close people for that price, people paying into you. And when you go through this preview stage, all of a sudden, what was fearful before, where closing was fearful, now you're in a place where closing actually becomes second nature. And the last step to this is where it all comes together. And this is where you're on stage, where you're speaking to people, where you're closing these deals. And what once was a fantasy before, now becomes absolute certainty. So whether you want to speak on stage in front of thousands, whether you want to sell to thousands, whether you want to speak in the boardroom, whether you want to raise money for your company, whether you want to raise money for a charity, whether it's for an NGO, whether you've got a product or a service, whether you just want to get everyone around the world to know your internal message, or whether you want to just double your sales, these 9 steps, this is your blueprint. This is your gateway drug for all of the above.